and welcome back to Luna Raven Night Tarot. I am completing the reading from earlier this week, from Monday to Wednesday, that began a week of major change. And the current cards for the rest of the week, August 31st, today, Thursday, to Sunday, September 3rd, continues this pattern of change. And it begins with the Hierophant. The Hierophant symbolizes someone who's a teacher or someone who shares their wisdom. This could be a religious figure, a parent, society as a whole, a mentor, or anyone you look up to morally, spiritually, or just look up to as a teacher in general. This person has their own keys of knowledge. They've unlocked who they are. And now the Hierophant is telling you, don't look to me. Don't look at me to give you wisdom and information. You need to go out on your own path to become who you're meant to be. You need to explore different venues. You need to look at different beliefs. What do you believe? What morals do you want to embrace? What kind of person do you want to be? When you find enough information and you're comfortable to decide this, you need to explore how this person's beliefs, perceptions, information, and worldviews clashes with your own, including the morals. And you need to find a way to integrate these beliefs or change your old beliefs into these new ones altogether. And that can be very scary. It can be a very, very long journey, and is always taking place. But as you learn, you will gain your keys to who you are and to your inner wisdom, and you will unlock the door to become who you're meant to be. And as a personal mantra, I use one that can help you, especially if you're worried about what your family, your friends, or even society will think in general. Think of the Dr. Seuss quote, "Be who you are and say what you feel. Because those who matter don't mind, but those who mind don't matter." Just keep repeating yourself this quote and use it as a mantra, and it will help you through these changes. Friday's card is the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands shows 5 men in a competition, and no one's really being hurt. It's not overly aggressive. It's not like you're tackling someone to the ground to get a football. They're just having a competition, but there's one guy in the very back who's just trying to block the entire thing and is trying to escape it. But he's stuck within these other men. He can't get away. And this card symbolizes there's change going on around you and you're trying to resist it. And resisting change is trying to row a rowboat up a waterfall. It's impossible. Change is going to happen whether you want it to or not. And you need to work with it. One way to work with it and go with the flow is just to relax and let it happen and work with it by embracing it, by finding positive aspects of the change, and even by gaining a new skill or going back to a skill you may have abandoned and letting yourself grow, letting the skill grow. Because in the end, it will help you not only through this change, but it will give you a much better perception of life, and it can even help in all atmospheres of your life, whether it's in home, it's in business, and it could even lead you to a new job. So it's time to embrace change and maybe look into a new skill or hobby or an old one and pick it up again to help you through it. Do not resist change, because the more you resist change, the harder your life will be. Just go with the flow, go with the waterfall. I apologize about the camera moving. My oldest kitty, Indy, here, you can see his little whiskers, is deciding to help me with this reading. Though he's making it a little bit hard when he wants. The next card for this will be Saturday is Justice. Justice has different meanings, but it's situational. In this case, I feel justice is telling you 2 things. It's telling all of us 2 things to know for this week. 1, you have protection and you can defend yourself. You have a good mind. You have a head on your shoulders. It's time to use it. You need to make good decisions and keep emotions out of it, because justice does not use emotions. She's just the facts, ma'am, kind of person. She wants the facts, and she weighs everything you do, your intentions, your thoughts, your actions, even things you say to things you have left unsaid. She weighs everything, and that results in karma around you. And justice is telling you, think, defend yourself, but try not to harm or wrong others. And also remember that everything you do comes back to you threefold. So if you do something good for people and you're doing good things, but not for personal gain, you're probably going to be getting back a whole lot of good karma. You may have a day where everything goes right. Your traffic lights are all green. Just big sales at the shops you're going to. You could find out that you're not stuttering as I do. It could be anything. And if you've hurt or wronged others or avoided helping someone or just been nasty in general, you're going to have a day where nothing goes right, where the world seems to be working against you. So justice is reminding you that everything you do right now is being weighed and is being judged. So just try to remember, defend yourself, do what you need to for you, or in this case, your cat. And try not to hurt anyone, but at the same time, remember that you're being judged. And karma, she's a witch with a capital B, and she wears high heels. So just don't forget that. The last card this week, the Nine of Cups, shows someone who is very self-satisfied when the card is upright. I've heard people call it anywhere from the happy innkeeper to even someone who's like a king or aristocrat, which he probably is, where he may be. To me, I see someone who's a very proud collector or a hoarder. But when the cards are upside down, all his emotions are everywhere. Now, this person's extremely greedy. It warns us that someone who's very greedy is going to be losing everything. They're not going to care about the emotional loss or how these emotions affect others. It could be this person has a corporation that someone's working for and suddenly they go broke. But they're just too busy picking at the pieces of their own lives, and they don't notice the people working for them. They don't care about their emotions or what the loss will do to the employees. They really don't care. This card can also symbolize the material loss that's been going on after Hurricane Harvey. And people have lost their homes, their cars, their entire lives, their jobs. It's terrible. And people are even losing their loved ones, which is really, really showing the great loss of emotion. And this card could symbolize this loss. This card could also symbolize that someone is losing everything from bad decisions. So I feel the Nine of Cups reversed is telling of all this loss together and is warning you to be careful with your materialism, because anything you have can be taken away. And it will be taken away, especially if justice decides that you have not been a good person. Bad karma is coming your way. And it could stand too for the victims. So it's been a very busy week of change overall. But hopefully next week things will be better. And as the wreckage in Houston is uncovered, we can keep sending donations to help these poor people. We can send good energy and prayers. And just remember that anything like this could happen to anyone at the same time. I believe India just had a very bad flood as well. I think it was India or somewhere in South Asia. I know it's some part of the world that had another bad flood. So we need to keep them in our prayers. And we also need to keep giving them positive energy. And we need to decide, like what Justice is telling us, decide what we want to do with our material possessions, such as money, and what we want to do with it. Do we want to keep it and not help someone? Bad karma. or give some of it to people who really need it to rebuild their lives. And that is it for this week on the reading. Bye!